Alright fellas, welcome to my class setup video. I get asked in my comments all the time, what do you use for this gun or that gun? So we're just going to put it here in a video. I'll try to make it as fast as possible. For Modern Warfare Search, I switch between a defense and offense class. I don't always use the defense for defense and vice versa, but I usually use them for each role. So let's do the offense class first. So for this, it's going to be double time overkill and amped with a proximity mine and stim shots for rushing. Prox mine's really just to leave on the bomb after I plant it, so I get a hit mark or whatever if someone's trying to defuse. The secondary is always going to be my baby, the 725, the one I like to call the AIDS giver. All right, you'll notice we got AIDS here, AIDS giver here. Basically, my goal in this game is to give everybody fucking AIDS. So my class setup for the 725: choke, sawed-off barrel, 1 milliwatt laser, sawed-off stock, and Tempest slim grip. There is nothing as sweet as hearing motherfuckers get mad after you kill them with this. Nothing on this entire planet. For the primary, I will switch between 3 different SMGs, first one being the Uzi. For this, I use monolithic suppressor, FSS carbine pro with a reflex of your choice. It doesn't really matter what you use for this. Commando foregrip, and then the very most important attachment, the 41 caliber 32 round mags. These are what make this an actual weapon that is viable, an actual weapon that is actually good. Going on to SMG number 2 here is going to be the MP7. This is the JB variant, okay? After my homie J-Bo and the man. This what he uses here. It's going to be monolithic suppressor, the FSS Recon, no stock, Merc foregrip, and 60 round mags. This thing is an absolute laser beam. I feel like 60 round mags could kind of be overkill, but it does shoot incredibly fast, so you're going to run out of ammo quickly. I mean, at the end of the day, if this is JB approved, you know you're going to be dishing some motherfucking sauce with it. And then the final SMG that I like to use, the classic tryhard MP5. Also called AIDS, oddly enough. Look at that. Gonna be using the compensator, commando foregrip, 10 mil mags, rubberized grip tape, and sleight of hand. I feel like a lot of sweats out there would clown on me for using rubberized, but I'm telling you, like, this thing kicks like a lot with the 10 mil auto, and I'm just not that great at controlling recoil. I'm decent with it, but we want to make this as accurate as possible. You could challenge people at AR ranges with this thing, no problem, so I always go for accuracy with the MP5. It's very, very good. So that's the offense class. Let's move over to defense here. So for the perks, everything is the same except perk 1. I use EOD instead of double time. I use a frag grenade because I feel like people rush on offense a lot. So since I'm on defense, you could go for those random nades and probably get a hit. And then for the tac, I use smokes. And like I said, I don't only use this for defense. Like, I will use this on offense on a map like, say, Orklov Peak, and smokes just come in handy. I mean, even if you're not on defense, smokes just come in handy if you got to move across a large area without getting spotted. So that's what I do for that. Now in the defense class, instead of the 725, I use the other shotgun. I just can't choose which is my favorite shotgun, all right? Both are equally AIDS, both piss people off a lot, so this is how I divide it up. Offense, 725, defense is the JAK-12, also called the AIDS giver. Here's the setup, and I believe this is the best setup for the JAK-12. Monolithic suppressor, ZLR-J 3600 torrent barrel. That is a mouthful. 1 milliwatt laser, Merc foregrip for hipfire accuracy, and 8 rounds Dragon's Breath. That is the most important attachment here. This is the one that's going to get the most reaction, so make sure you do the challenges to unlock this. It's not that hard to get. It's amazingly fun to use, man. Also, I like to keep this gas canister charm on here just because fire rounds, gas can, you know. Just gotta add insult to injury and rub a little bit of salt on the wound. Now, the primary weapon on defense doesn't really change that much. I have an AMAX class that I use sometimes, but I'm almost always rocking with the Grau 5.56. This is my setup for that. It's going to be compensator, Archangel barrel, commando foregrip, 60 round mags, and a rubberized grip tape. I used to use no stock and then just keep the 30 round mags, so you could try that out if you want. But honestly, like, this is just a monster all around. As long as you're using this barrel, you're gonna be destroying people. So have fun with the Grau. People really, really hate getting killed by the Grau. I got some other classes here that I don't really use that much. Like, these are really my main two, but I do want to share my M4 class because I've been asked about that one a lot recently. So this one, you're going to start out with the purest blueprint. It's going to give you that nice, big, open iron sight. And then the rest of the attachments are going to be monolithic suppressor, Corvus custom marksman barrel, forge tack stock, commando foregrip, and rubberized grip tape. Again, I feel like a lot of sweats are going to laugh at me for using rubberized, but hey, you know what? I like my guns to be accurate, all right? Leave me the fuck alone. Also, somebody asked me about my AK47 setup, so I do use this one once in a while, although not too often, but here you go if you're interested in that. Compensator, mini reflex sight, skeleton stock, Merc foregrip, and rubberized grip tape. Again, this is a slow firing weapon, so Accuracy is a good thing. You can get those 2-shot kills, but you gotta hit those 2 shots to actually do it. Moving over to Warzone here, I've got a bunch of stuff saved from like back in the day. So like the classic Grau. Okay, this was, you know, this was meta for so long. This thing is amazing. Basically the same as my S&D, except I think I use compensator in S&D, and then everything else is the same. I got a fully loaded variant of that just in case I catch myself at the end needing a loadout with no ammo. I still really like this class a lot, the M13 with the AX50. So my M13 setup is the monolithic suppressor, Tempest Marksman Barrel, VLK3X Optic, 60 round mags, and rubberized grip. AX50, absolutely love this build. Simguard Arms Pro, Tac Laser, Simguard Arms Assassin, Stipple Grip Take, and fully loaded. And the perks on everything in Warzone, by the way, are pretty much always EOD, Overkill, which later turns to Ghost, and then Amped with a Semtex and a heartbeat sensor. I still like to rock the old school AUG from back in the day with the NATO rounds. Okay, so that would be this here. 622 long barrel, any reflex or, you know, sight that you want, it doesn't really matter. Commando foregrip, stipple grip tape, and then of course the 60 round NATO drum mag. This is what turns this thing into such a monster. No one really uses this anymore, and it's a goddamn shame, but I still love it. I still use it once in a while. I'll probably never delete the class, and then of course I got the same AX50 there. I guess right now this is the meta. Okay, I call this AIDS meta, so this is gonna be Black Ops weapons. Ew, I hate Black Ops weapons so much, man. So first one is FFAR1, Agency Suppressor, Ranger Barrel, Raider Stock, SFOD Speed Grip, and Salvo 50 round Fast Mag. Although apparently today this got nerfed, so I guess you're supposed to use this one now, the SAS Mag Clamp. Who really gives a fuck? And then the secondary is going to be the Cold War AUG with Agency Silencer, Strike Team Barrel, an optic of your choice. I guess everyone uses this 3X. Field Agent Grip, and 45 round drum mag. It is very good. I don't know. I can't wait for this meta to be over. I think it's fucking awful, to be honest. Nothing else here is really that relevant. Let's switch over to Cold War, the dog shit game, so I can show you my multiplayer classes. If this godforsaken game would just stop compiling shaders and connect it, like, hurry up, dude. I've been sitting here for so long. All right, so for this game, look at this. None of this stuff even loads in. Like, look, oh my god, look. It's not even loaded in. Can't even see my secondary, can't see my equipment. This game is terrible. But anyway, okay, there we go. So for Cold War, I pretty much only use this one class. This is what I use for free-for-all, and that's pretty much the only mode I play in this game because it's the only mode that I find even somewhat bearable. Perks are going to be Engineer, Gearhead, and Ninja, and my equipment is Stimshot, Semtex, and Proxmines. My wild card is Gunfighter because I just feel like Gunfighter is the most overpowered thing in this. Like, these come in handy, but they're kind of situational. Even perk greed to an extent. You don't always need perk greed because it depends on what the team is using against you. But every time you get into an engagement, you're using your gun, so I feel having 8 attachments on your gun is just a no-brainer in this game. I don't know. That's just me. So this is my one and only primary gun that I use in Cold War. The AK47, optic of your choice, it doesn't really matter. I use the Microflex LED, Spetsnaz compensator, VDV reinforced barrel, Tiger Team spotlight, Spetsnaz speed grip, 50 round fast mag, GRU elastic wrap, and the KGB skeletal stock. This thing is a monster. I love this AK so much. One of the few good things about this game right here. And then for my secondary, you already know the deal, dude. We're always rocking with shotguns when possible. I'm doing the Streetsweeper for camos right now, so I don't have everything unlocked, but right now I'm using duckbill choke, 13.7 extended barrel, steady aim laser, let's see, 15 round mags, and tactical stock. Apparently, when you unlock this barrel here, the 14.4 task force, this is supposed to be really good, so I'll be switching to this as soon as I get it unlocked. All right, that's it for the class setup videos. I want to close out a Cold War because this game is dog shit. Bye.